Hello and welcome. Running a warehouse shouldn't be this violent. Last time, we were just moving boxes and setting up the gameplay ability system. Today, we are fighting for our lives. After 15 years in JavaScript and web development, I've learned that systems only matter if they can handle chaos. And the chaos has officially arrived in my hybrid 3D game. In the last 2 weeks, I've moved past basic movement. I've implemented a full melee combat loop, intelligent AI thieves that actually hunt your inventory, and a dynamic game state system that turns a simple job into a survival challenge. I'm building this in Unreal Engine 5 using C++. This is devlog number 2. The core of my gameplay loop is Warehouse Manager, Service Window, and Enemy AI. Warehouse Manager is responsible for spawning items, and based on items spawned, manifest generates order. As spawning of items happens again on next day, in short, master manifest is used to generating the order, which will generate orders based on items spawned. Now when the hero is holding an item, it's using place item ability. It will try to submit this item to the service window. In short, service window is simply the logical gate of checking orders, while the actual orders are generated by Warehouse Manager. The submit item method checks item if it implements this interface, rather than depending on expensive FindActorByClass. Here it simply checks if item matches requirements and accepts it, else return false, which means item stays in player's hand. Another interesting part is actively submitting item. It's utilized by the timeline component, and which eventually calls consume item, and which eventually complete the order if all requirements are met. And complete order method is what actually broadcasts the event to Warehouse Manager. Okay, now going back to the interesting Warehouse Manager. It handles all these things without ticking and generates a new order. It uses timer and event delegates. Timer for a state machine and event listeners for broadcast from service window, which is when service window logic finally calls complete order and broadcast on order completed event. When Warehouse Manager spawns and binds to events, and after 2 seconds delay it starts advanced stage function, and then we spawn the items, which are by the way recorded into master manifest, and again advanced stage which enters delivery initial case as it spawned the items, and preparation phase begins. And eventually upon timer timeout, we start customer order. And that's how the state machine works here. And that's the main loop for Warehouse Manager. We submit the item gets validated and consumed at service window, and upon order complete, we are back to Warehouse Manager. And indeed, now master manifest has updated its count. We spawn new items again and generate a new order again. Let's talk about enemy AI. I'm using behavior tree and BT service and task from C++. Upon spawn, enemy roams, and during its roam, if it sees player, it will attack. Or if it finds an item, it will try to steal. The core of the AI is its enemy AI controller, where its perception gets updated with the help of AI sense site. Here, based on team ID, if it's hostile actor, we set the blackboard value target actor. Else we check if it's neutral, then it's set to target item, which is the warehouse item. There is more to behavior tree. The code helpers are EQs and context actor to help find enemy spots for movement. And that's all to this enemy AI using behavior trees. Thanks for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel.